It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
From the capital city here in the heart of Trenton, New Jersey, from Trenton Thunder Ballpark, it's the Ewing Blue Devils and the Princeton Tigers. High school baseball here in Mercer County continues on the WBCB Sports Network. Hello again, everybody. Mike Warren alongside Nick Gallagher. Nick, exciting times here at the ballpark. Two teams get a chance to play on a field with a ton of history. The likes of Derek Jeter, Roger Clemens, Alec Rodriguez. So much talent has come through this field, and it's a great chance for both of these high school teams to get a chance to experience playing on this field here tonight.
Absolutely, Mike. A beautiful night for baseball here in Mercer County. Both these teams coming into tonight are on a little bit of a skid, as the Blue Devils have dropped 7 in a row, as Princeton has dropped 5 in a row, as both teams trying to get back to their winning ways. Princeton has something to play for as they try to get some better seeding, as we just talked about tonight. So they're trying to improve and get back to the expanded CVC playoffs. They're sitting at 6-8 on the year and 3-3 in CVC play. They have a lot in front of them tonight.
As you mentioned, both teams, a couple of losing streaks under their belts of late, but the one positive of tonight is that one of these teams will snap that losing streak and get back into the win column. For Princeton, still a lot in front of them for their destiny in terms of controlling it, and at that 6-8 record, you mentioned it, Nick, as well, third in the CVC Valley, as they will have a chance here tonight to bolster their standings and improve their chance at increasing their standings here before the CVC tournament, the first annual CVC tournament this year. And you mentioned it as well, Nick, going back to the expanded format, which is a great thing for Mercer County. It allows all of these schools to have the chance to compete for the county championship and for the CVC championship. And we're looking forward to having that tournament action for you here on WBCB coming up in just a little bit. Days ahead, the tournament in the horizon, it's in sight, and a good matchup here for you tonight on the WBCB Sports Network. The Princeton Tigers at 6-8 under head coach Dominic Capuano. Let's introduce their lineup first here tonight. Chase Hammerschlag will lead things off. He's out in center field. Travis Petrone, the pitcher, bats second. Nate Nidick out in right field, bats third. Nano Sarceno, the first baseman, he bats in the 4th spot. Will Arns, the shortstop, bats 5th. In the 6th spot, the DH, James Schiavone, batting in place of Elian Duran, the left fielder. Anders Heeden, the third baseman, at the hot corner, batting 7th. In the 8th spot, it's Eric Wheeler over at second base. And behind the dish, rounding out the lineup, is Matt Akey, the catcher, in the 9th spot. So again, it's Hammerschlag, Petrone, Nidick, Sarceno, Arns, Schiavone, Heeden, Wheeler, and Akey, the 1 through 9 for Princeton. And for David Angebrand and his Ewing Blue Devils, entering tonight at 1-10 under a 7-game losing streak, looking to get back into the win column here this evening. Joey Andrees will lead things off, and the catcher has been fantastic this season offensively here in his senior campaign. Andrees will lead things off. Jake McNona at second base bats second. Sam Leibowitz in center field bats third. Ryan Gregg, the pitcher, bats 4th. Michael Ordini, the third baseman, 5th. Carlos Paredes out in left field in the 6th spot. Josh Dorado at first base, bats 7th. Wilfrey Rodriguez, the shortstop, in the 8th spot. And rounding out the lineup is the right fielder, Mason Bourne. And Bourne has done a good job in the 9th spot this season. Good speed in the outfield. Princeton, the host tonight. Ewing, the road team. We'll see them in the field first, or we'll see Ewing at the dish first. We'll see the Tigers in the field first to begin tonight as they turn to their starter in Travis Petrone. He gets the start. The last time these two teams met, a 5-4 victory in Princeton's favor. And Nick, if anything, if we can learn anything coming into tonight's contest, both of these last matchups between the two teams have been separated by a run apiece. A 5-4 victory for Princeton back on April 14th earlier this year, and a 9-8 victory on May 17th in the county tournament last year. just one run separating the last two meetings. A couple of schools that are pretty familiar with one another.
Yeah, and the Tigers have owned this series as of late, winning 3 of the last 5 games. And going back to that victory they had earlier this month against the Blue Devils, they had a 2-run 5th inning. It was a 3-2 ball game, and the Tigers got a 2-run 5th inning to kind of cruise into victory ahead of the Blue Devils. Chase Hammerschlag started that game, gave the Tigers 5 innings, only 2 runs, 1 earned, and 10 strikeouts en route to the Tigers' victory. And they are looking to repeat that and get ahead of the Blue Devils early and often here in this one.
For Princeton, as we mentioned, a chance for them to bolster their standings heading into the CVC tournament. But really, they're trying to get back into the win column as well with that 5-game losing streak. This was a team that was playing some pretty good baseball to start the year and suffering a tough couple of losses of late. But you look at the top of this lineup for Princeton, Chase Hammerschlag and Travis Patrone do a ton of damage in this lineup. And that's really the key for this team is those two guys. They really make things happen for them. And it's been a lot of fun to watch when they've got those bats going at the top of the lineup for Princeton this year. They've been able to generate a ton of offense. As Travis Patrone batting .317 entering into tonight. He's got 12 singles on the year, a lone double, but 5 walks drawn as well on the season with 5 stolen bases. He's a threat to go when he gets on. And Chase Hammerschlag, 10 walks drawn for him on the season to go along with his .415 average and a .659 slugging percentage, as he has been a primed bat in that leadoff spot. As the Tigers get introduced here tonight, fans still filing in here at Trenton Thunder Ballpark. We'll remind you of the dimensions here at the ballpark for tonight's contest between the Tigers and the Blue Devils. 330 down each line, 407 to straightaway center field. Here along the banks of the Delaware River in Trenton, New Jersey, a cool breeze blows in off the banks of the Delaware as the flags above the Jumbotron in right field sort of blowing towards the Princeton dugout on the third base side, and the American flag in straightaway center, you can kind of see it blowing towards the third base way. When we pan out on our shot, you'll be able to see that as well. The Tigers continuing their introduction here tonight as both teams looking to get back into the win column and snapping a couple of losing streaks. Only one will be able to be crowned victor here tonight as the Tigers looking to continue their positive start to the season, but looking to get back onto that winning track, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely, and they got to start early. You got to attack the Blue Devils early, but the Blue Devils are a scrappy team. They will fight and claw you till the end, all through 7 innings here tonight.
A pesky team for Ewing is what they always present with David Angebrandt. We'll step aside here on WBCB as we honor America. It's Princeton and Ewing coming up next on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 5-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Tonight's game on WBCB is brought to you by Team Toyota, Kessel Dermatology, the Capital Health System, Revere Restaurant, NJEA, McCaffrey Supermarket, the Bagel Nook of Princeton, Olives in Princeton, Hyundai of Trenton, the Italian People's Bakery, Trenton Thunder Baseball, the Trentonian, Haldeman Ford, Mayor Bert Steinman of Ewing Township, all proud to bring you tonight's coverage here on WBCB. Live from Trenton Thunder Ballpark alongside Nick Gallagher, I'm Mike Warren. Gus Barber producing tonight's stream. Great to be with you folks as the cool breeze continues to blow in. The sun continues to set over Trenton Thunder Ballpark, and the Princeton Tigers and the Ewing Blue Devils set to do battle here tonight. And we remind you that Trenton Thunder Baseball returns for the 2025 season Wednesday, June 4th. You can catch all the fun and excitement of a Thunder game throughout the summer. For ticket information, visit TrentonThunder.com or give them a call, 609-394-3300. That's 609-394-3300. Trenton Thunder Baseball, big league futures, major league fun. And Ewing Mayor Bert Steinman wishes all Ewing students good luck this spring season. Go out there and make it count. Go Blue Devils. This message brought to you by Ewing Mayor Bert Steinman, who wishes all the best of luck to the Ewing student athletes here this spring sports season. Travis Patrone just about ready to get set out there on the mound and ready to begin tonight's festivities between the Blue Devils and the Princeton Tigers. And Patrone so far this season, we mentioned what he's done with the bat. So far what he's been able to do, a 5.25 ERA for him on the year. 8 innings pitched according to NJ.com, 8 hits scattered, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 5 walks to 8 Ks. The lefty kicks and deals to Joey Andriese, and the first pitch breaker misses outside. We're underway. First pitch fired in at 7:21. That one catches the corner and evens the count, a ball and a strike. One on the way from Patrone, leaves that one upstairs. And the Blue Devils catcher and Joey Andriese has a 2-ball, 1-strike count in his favor. The pitch catches the outer third, and back even goes the count. A lot of off-speed to start, Nick.
Yeah, it is, and it's good to see Patrone. He's also a dual athlete going to FDU for baseball next season.
Bouncing ball to short, backhanded, thrown across the diamond in time to beat the diving Andriese. Strong throw from Will Arns on the backhanded pickup at short.
A nice dig out there down at first base. Andriese, the aggressive base runner he is, usually likes to slide into first base on those close plays.
Here's Jake Magnolia stepping to the plate. Digs in from the left side for the first time in the lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, plunks him. Breaking ball, didn't even get out of the way of that one, and the first base runner of the night here for Ewing. That'll bring up Sam Leibowitz, the center fielder for the Blue Devils. Leibowitz this season, the average at 194. 6 runs batted in on the year. Covers a ton of ground in the outfield, and you'll see that when he's out there in center defensively here tonight. First pitch upstairs. Just a gorgeous night for baseball here along the banks of the Delaware, and fans coming out in full force to support 2 great programs in the area. Patrone, a move over to check on Magnolia at first, and he's back in with a head-first dive. Catches the outside half of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 down and a man on first. Patrone's pitch, well upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike.
thing that's really hindered this Blue Devils team this year. They have 50 singles, only 3 extra base hits. So they really have hindered their offensive numbers.
They don't steal a ton of bases either once they're on. So far in the season, only 8 stolen bases for Ewing through their 11 games. 2 balls and a strike. Patrone continuing to keep an eye on Magnolia over there at first. And the 2-1. Shot towards the middle, could be two. Arns, glove, slips to second for one. Throw to first, not in time. Magnolia a bit slow to get to his feet, now up, but a good turn to second for one. The throw to first, not in time from Wheeler. Arns goes 6-4 the short way for the fielder's choice. There's two down, a runner still on first. Ryan Gregg makes his way to the plate, a chance to help his cause here as he gets the start on the bump tonight for Ewing. First pitch to him, shot towards second. Fielded by Wheeler, flips it over to first in plenty of time to Sarceno, and the Tigers strand a man. Their first defensive inning. Ewing leaves a man aboard as Ryan Gregg grounds into the 4-3 putout. No runs, no hits, and a man left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning here at Trenton Thunder Ballpark.
Hi, I'm Sean Spiller, president of the New Jersey Education Association. On behalf of the 200,000 educators in all of our public schools, we wish all of our student athletes the very best luck in today's competition. We would also like to recognize the students in our public schools who participate in extracurricular activities, like the school play, robotics class, or the marching band. New Jersey schools are #1 in the nation. When parents, schools, and educators work together, our students are the winners. New Jersey Education Association supports our great public schools.
Hyundai of Trenton at 1655 North Olden Avenue in Ewing Township. Proud to sponsor tonight's game. Hyundai of Trenton, the area's fastest growing auto dealership, hopes you enjoy tonight's broadcast on the WBCB Sports Network. And the Bagel Nook of Princeton makes the best and craziest bagels in the world. Over 25 different varieties of insane bagels, including Oreo bagels, Fruity Pebbles, and Cocoa Puff bagels, Nick Gallagher, right up your alley. Plus their own micro-batch cream cheeses, including birthday cake and maple bacon cream cheese spreads. Nick, I could see you going with a Cocoa Puff bagel with a little maple bacon cream cheese on there. That sounds like something you would definitely indulge in.
We're getting all hungry up here on the booth.
Yes, we
it's
are.
Only the bottom of the first.
That's right. We got a lot of ball in front of us. The Bagel Nook of Princeton, proud to sponsor tonight's game. Give them a shot right in the heart of Princeton on North Harrison Street. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 3 p.m. Sundays, 7 to 2. 301 North Harrison Street in Princeton. Ryan Gregg warms up and toes the rubber for the first time tonight. Chase Hammerschlag, Travis Petrone, and Nate Neidick 1, 2, and 3 to lead things off to begin the evening here in the bottom of the first inning. Ryan Gregg, he's been the head man of the rotation this year for Ewing. 13 1/3 innings of work, 29 hits, 29 runs, 28 of them earned. 14 walks to 12 Ks on the season for him. But Gregg, there's been some outings this year I'm sure he hasn't been a fan of, but he has a good fastball. When he's able to get on top of it and stay down in the strike zone, he's able to get a lot of ground ball outs. And I'm sure tonight on a mound that is almost perfect here at Trenton Thunder Ballpark, he's looking to get back out on the right foot and have a good outing here against Princeton.
Baseball number 14, Chase Hammerschlag.
The Princeton High School Tigers, their first crack of the night. Chase Hammerschlag digs in from the right side as the center fielder gets his first chance of the night. Hammerschlag has been having a fantastic season, batting .415, 6 RBIs, and 3 doubles. Swings and lifts this one. Shallow right field. Magnolia back pedals and reaches up to make the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out here for Ryan Gregg. That'll bring up Travis Petrone.
Now batting number 13, Travis Petrone.
Tirado over at first, playing close to the line for the lefty bat. The first pitch shows bunt, pulls back, and missing low is Gregg. A good miss that Joey Andres agrees. A ball and no strikes to Petrone. .1-0 from Gregg. Shot towards the middle. He gets out of the way of that one, and rightfully so, as that one scurries into center field for a base hit. First hit of the night for either team, as Patron gives a one-out base runner here for Princeton.
Patron leading the Tigers in average this year, 317 coming into tonight's game, his 14th hit of the year. He's the do-it-all man for these Tigers this season.
Here's Nate Nidick, batting .283 entering tonight. First pitch cut on and fouled back.
Don't worry, I got that one, Mike, almost.
do you have all the windows open on your side?
I have about half of them open,
okay.
actually.
All right, just head on a swivel.
Probably shouldn't have done that, but nonetheless, I'm ready.
Oh, 1. Just runs off that outside part of the plate. Another good miss from Greg, just not getting that call. The ball and a strike the count. Double play ball still on here for Ewing. Magnolia and Rodriguez at second and short, shaded towards the middle. 1-1, we'll have to wait a move over to first. Tirado just snow cones that one. That one almost got away. Peek over at first for Greg. Comes set at the letters. And another move over. Back in time is Patron.
Only 23 stolen bases for the Tigers this season. When you look compared to some of the other CVC teams, it's not a lot. They're not a run-heavy team.
One lifted towards right field, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Runners at first and second, a seeing eye single off the bat of Nidick. 2 aboard and 1 down. Nano Sarceno comes to the plate. The Princeton first baseman steps in his first time tonight, a runner in scoring position. Another on first with just 1 down. Double play still in effect and a force at any base for Ewing. Rodriguez toying with the runner in Patron at second to pitch. Catches the outside corner and a called strike. 0-1 the count to Sarceno. A peek at second again for Greg, just set below the letters, the 0-1. Skipped and blocked by Andres. Runners stay put. Count evens at 1 apiece. One on the way. In the air. Center field. Hanging up there a bit. Camping under it is Leibowitz. Talked about him covering some ground. He did so there. He cruises over towards the alleyway to make the catch. There's 2 away.
Big second out for Ryan Gregg. Now with still 2 men on. Tries to get out of this bottom of the first here unscathed.
Now batting for Princeton, number
2 down.
8.
It's Will Arns at the plate, the Princeton shortstop. Runners lead off first and second in Nidick and Patron. First pitch. Inside third for a called strike. Greg working ahead. Greg will step off and reset. Just to reshuffle through the signs, and David Angebrandt down there in the dugout, popping out of the dugout, just giving some fielding instructions, some assignments, relocating some of the fielders. The 0-1. Swing and a foul. That one gets a piece of Andres, but the count does move to 0-2 as Greg finds himself in the driver's seat. A lot to work with 2 down and 2 aboard. 2 hits in the inning here for Princeton. The 0-2 just misses inside. Greg thought it was good enough for strike 3, as did David Angebrandt, who comes out of the dugout just a bit. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 down. Bottom of the first. The pitch, runners in motion, swing and a miss. Greg An elusive curveball as Arns cuts right through it for the final out. No runs on a couple of hits. 2 men left on base.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology
Looking to get things going.
He offers top-of-the-line medical-grade skincare products manufactured in... Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers top-of-the-line medical-grade skincare products manufactured in the USA. They're tested and developed by a team of board-certified dermatology experts, and they come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Olives in Princeton, great food to go always. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner to go. It's Olives at 22 Witherspoon Street in Princeton. Breakfast specials like their breakfast burrito with bacon, egg, and cheese on a white tortilla wrap with avocado and salsa verde, plus omelets and more. Olives in Princeton, as all of our sponsors here tonight just making us really hungry here in the booth. But Olives in Princeton, a great spot. 22 Witherspoon Street, proud to sponsor tonight's game on WBCB. He's Nick Gallagher. I'm Mike Warren. Gus Barber producing tonight's stream here on the WBCB Sports Network. It's great to be with you. A gorgeous Friday night here in the capital city of the Garden State. Michael Ordini, Carlos Paredes, and Josh Tirado. The three due up for Ewing. Patron back out for his second inning of work, and we saw a lot of off-speed to begin in that first inning. You wonder if that approach stays the same here, Nick.
Yeah, he's got to keep these Ewing batters off balance tonight and kind of mix things up. He did a good job in the first inning, and especially when you get to the top of the lineup, that's where Ewing is dangerous, the top of the lineup. So he's keeping them quiet. He's going to keep a lot of these middle and top bottom of the lineup guys off the bases.
Michael Ordini comes to the plate. The first pitch from Patron misses off the back foot. Ordini over at third base for Ewing tonight. Him and Magnolia kind of switching positions. Saw Magnolia over at third a lot this year, and then kind of just, like I mentioned, him and Ordini just switching spots in the infield. 2 balls and no strikes to count. 2-0. That one catches the outer black, 2-1. That's the thing with David Angebrandt and his Ewing squad this year. Once they found out they were going to be without Sam Simpkins, who led the team in a lot of different categories, it was the next man up mentality and different guys being thrusted into different infield positions and handling it well. Wilfrey Rodriguez handling the starting shortstop position well, and he was somebody that David Angebrandt thought would be the starting second baseman with Simpkins rolling 2 up the middle. Is a leadoff walk to start for Ordini. Carlos Paredes comes to the plate.
Now batting number 12, Carlos Paredes.
Just 7 at-bats for Paredes on the season. Runner aboard and nobody out for him. The pitch. Swung on, lifted towards left field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Paredes places that one in no man's land, shallow left field. First 2 aboard in the inning for Ewing. That'll bring up Josh Tirado. Tirado on the year. This is his 20th at bat. The average at 211 coming into tonight. Time called from Matt Akey from behind home plate. He wants to give the infield their assignments. First and second, nobody out here for Ewing. Chance to strike first here in the top of the second. Off speed, runs away.
We talked about in our Trentonian pregame the last time these two teams met back on the 14th. In fact, Tirado pitched that afternoon. He gave up 2 earned runs and 5 hits and only 3 strikeouts.
1-0. 2-0, and a great job by Akey to hold that one in. He would have had 2 in scoring position if that one goes away from him. 2 balls, no strikes. Ewing picking up their first hit off the bat of Paredes. Two-0. Taken for a called strike on the outside edge. You saw Tirado sort of begin to square around, but then pulled back. Takes it for a called strike. It's 2-1. Shot foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The count moves to the Ewing first baseman in Tirado. Patron set just above the belt, and he'll step off and reset. To go over some of the signs with Akey as he comes out. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tirado. The pitch, fouled straight back. Tirado battling at the dish. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Upstairs, the count goes full. First 2 aboard for Ewing in the inning and a chance to load the bases with nobody out. Base hit, ball 4 opportunity for Tirado. Patron looking to win the battle out there on the mound. Payoff pitch. Upstairs and outside for ball 4. Bases are loaded. Nobody out for Wilfrey Rodriguez.
And a great at-bat there by Tirado, showing a lot of patience, especially on those last 2 pitches. You want to be the one to just knock them home when you got some guys in scoring position. I was able to just pass the baton on that.
Rodriguez coming to the plate, and I believe that's the head coach for Princeton down there, and Dominic Capuano looking over the lineup card and was confused, I guess, because Tirado wears number 11, but they have him listed as number 10 on the lineup card tonight, so just wanted to make sure it was the right guy. Rodriguez first pitch swinging, drives this one deep center field, going back, Hammerschlag, he makes the catch. Easy enough for Ordini to tag 90 feet away, and the first run comes across for Ewing. 1-0 Blue Devils. No tag up there from second base from Paredes, and David Angebrand wondering why not. The sac fly off the bat of Rodriguez gives Ewing a 1-0 advantage.
Aggressive at bat there from Rodriguez. First pitch swinging after your teammate just watched the last 2 pitches for a ball. Got the run home.
Here's Mason Bourne. 2 aboard, 1 down the pitch. And a balk going to be called against Patron. Runners at second and third with 1 down. First pitch to Bourne. Tapped left side, but foul. Bourne with tremendous speed at the dish. Seen him in right field for the majority of this season here for David Angebrand. 2 in scoring position. No balls and a strike. Here it comes. That one gets the outer black, and it's 0-2. Patron's done a really nice job locating the off-speed here tonight. A couple of breaking pitches that have just lived on the outside third to these right-handed bats. 0-2 on the ground towards the middle. Fielded at second by Wheeler. Another run comes home as Bourne does a job. 2-0 Ewing here in the top of the second inning.
Now batting for Ewing, number 14, Joey Andreas.
Lineup flips over. Here's Joey Andreas. Andres, rather, my apologies. The pitch. In the dirt and blocked. It was a couple years ago. I think it was, I guess now since he's a senior, yeah, it was a sophomore year. I was informed it's pronounced Andres, not Andreas, as commonly hear his last name pronounced the other way, but always appreciate being told the right way to say someone's name. Never want to say it wrong. As that one gets away, here comes Tirado, 3-0 Ewing.
And this inning has just unraveled for Patron on the mound. Not too many hard-hit balls, but Blue Devils just taking advantage, doing what they're given in the field and moving up on the base paths.
2 balls and no strikes to Andres. The pitch. Downstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. Andres 0 for 1. A 6-3 ground out his first time up. Missing above the laces for ball 4, and the inning continues. That'll bring up Jake Magnolia. The 10th walk drawn by Andres on the season. As Jake Magnolia comes to the plate, his second time tonight. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Move over to check on Andres. He does move pretty well despite being a catcher, which, you know, unfairly gets ruled as a position that doesn't have good speed. You're seeing it more commonly in today's game. Catchers that run well. Andres is one of them. That one almost gets away, and a good stop from Akey behind the plate.
Andres just runs hard, Mike. I mean, he's just always, as long as we've been covering him here at the station, I mean, he just is a hard runner.
You saw it his first at-bat. He grounded out to short and, you know, was close to that first base bag, a head-first slide to beat the throw. He did something similar against Notre Dame earlier in the season on opening day. Beat out an infield hit with a head-first slide in that same fashion. And a meeting out on the mound. Talking some things over with Travis Patron and just trying to settle him down as he's got 2 down here in the inning, but 3 runs have come across for Ewing as they've done a good job getting out in front here in the top of the second.
And I just talked about it actually a little while ago that the Blue Devils' top of the line was really where they're most productive when they got their guys at the top going and hitting guy after guy, and really has been the bottom of the lineup through the first inning and a half now, with only 1 hit to the Blue Devils and 3 runs across the board.
And hit by a pitch again is Jake Magnolia, as the lefty-lefty matchup not benefiting Patron out there on the mound. First and second, 2 down. Sam Leibowitz comes to the dish, 0 for 1 into a fielder's choice his first time up. And Dresoff second, the pitch. Catches the black on the outer half, 0-1. Ewing jumping out in front of the host Princeton Tigers. A 3 spot in the top of the second and looking for more. 0-1 runs off the plate, evens the count at 1 apiece. One, 2-1. Pitch count is ramped up quite a bit here in the inning for Patron, and activity down in the Princeton bullpen. As a result, 2 balls, 1 strike. 3 across in the inning. Leibowitz patiently waiting. Pitch well upstairs, and a good hitter's count, 3-1. Might have worked himself another fastball in this count. 3-1. Inside, almost catches him. Bases loaded for the second time in the inning. And a 2-out walk worked. 2 walks and a hit by pitch in the last 3 batters to come to the plate. As we remind you about the Italian People's Bakery, proud to support today's game. Visit them at 63 Butler Street in Chambersburg. The Italian People's Bakery since 1936. And don't forget, you miss any of today's action, read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. The Trentonian, the only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. The bases are loaded, 2 outs. 3 runs have come across here in the top of the second inning, and Ewing looking for more with their power bat and Ryan Gregg at the dish. Pitching change on the mound. We'll tell you all about the new arm on the other side of this timeout. Don't go anywhere. You're watching high school baseball on W.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Go.
James Schiavone, the new pitcher for the Princeton Tigers, as he takes over for Travis Patrone. Schiavone's stats for the year: 15 1/3 innings, 15 hits, 9 runs, 16 of those earned, 19 strikeouts for a 7.30 ERA.
Schiavone takes over after 1 2/3 from Travis Patrone. The line not closed yet on Patrone for his day, still responsible for all 3 runners on the base paths. Ryan Gregg comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He's 0 for 1, sorry. He's 0 for 1. A 4-3 putout is what I wanted to say. Sometimes the thoughts just don't come out the way that they originally appear in the brain. And
I thought you were going for the score.
Nope. 3-0 is the score in favor of you. In favor of Ewing, as I second guess myself. No balls and a strike to Gregg. Schiavone gets him to swing, pops it up right side, but that's going to head to the seats behind the dugout. Well out of play. Count moves, no balls and 2 strikes. So for Princeton, James Schiavone entered tonight as the DH in the lineup, and he will lead things off to begin the bottom of the second inning for Princeton. But now the DH spot, just the pitcher for Princeton. No balls, 2 strikes. That one gets away. Andrees stays put, thought about it, but not far enough away from Mackey to make that decision. Akey. A ball and 2 strikes to Gregg. Chance for Ewing to break things open. 1-2. Well upstairs. Count goes even at 2 apiece. That one just missing, and Princeton fans wanting it, not getting the call, and it's a full count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 3 across in the top of the second. Runners in motion. The pitch misses outside for ball 4. The 4th run in the inning comes across for Ewing as Andrees touches home.
They're just being patient at the plate. Schiavone coming into a tough spot with the bases loaded. His starter couldn't go too deep tonight. Blue Devils still only with 1 hit and 4 runs. We're still 2 outs here into the inning.
Ewing is batted around now in the inning. Ordini, who led things off with a walk. 5 walks in the inning issued by Princeton pitching. Pitch runs inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Ordini. Pitch from Schiavone, left alone. Another favorable count worked by the Ewing bats. Runners lead off every base. The pitch. Hit him. Second hit batter of the inning. Another run comes across, and it's 5-0.
Now batting number 12, Carlos Paredes.
Well, head coach for the Tigers had to make that change, Mike, for Dom Capuano. Had to go to the bullpen in that situation. It was still a 3-0 game. It's still early as it is in this game. It's only 5-0 now, but still, as things are looking, Blue Devils are still threatening here.
First pitch to Paredes, misses up and inside. 1 for 1 for Carlos today, a single and a run scored.
You're bound to get a fastball, at least at some point. Last 3 pitches of running in inside on the batters, right down the middle.
That off-speed pitch is in there for a called strike to even the count. This was the part of the lineup that really got things going in the inning. Is you see them, this part again, just getting their second at-bats in the inning. Rolling things right on over, 1-1. Rolled over towards third. On a knee, fielding it is Heaton, takes it to the bag himself for the final out. But the Blue Devils jump out in front in this one here in the top of the second inning. 5 runs come across on just 1 hit. A couple of free passes and some hit batters as well. It's Ewing 5, Princeton 0, and the Tigers coming up to bat.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
Proud to support Princeton High School in tonight's baseball game and wishing them good luck is McCaffrey's Food Market, 301 Harrison Street in Princeton. McCaffrey's Food Market is exceptional every day and is locally owned and operated. McCaffrey's Food Market, proud to sponsor tonight's game on WBCB. Well, nearing 8 o'clock here tonight. This game's been a fun one so far. Ewing getting the scoring going. Just 1 hit for him. It was Carlos Paredes with his single into left field. But a bunch of walks, 2 hit batters, and 5 runs to show for it in the inning. Ewing with a comfortable advantage as Ryan Gregg heads back out for his second inning of work. James Schiavone, Anders Heaton, and Eric Wheeler, 6, 7, and 8 for Dominic Capuano's Princeton Tigers. And some work carved out in front of them, Nick.
Yeah, there is. I mean, this Princeton team did beat Notre Dame early in the year, 10-1. So they have the offensive firepower to put runs across the board. And again, it is early and only the second inning, but they really hurt themselves in that top of the second, giving 5 runs to the Blue Devils there. And during this Blue Devils losing streak, their 7-game losing streak, they've only scored 5 runs twice against Princeton Day back on the 21st and against Allentown on the 24th. So they're on pace to continue scoring and kind of keep the pressure on the Tigers tonight.
Ryan Gregg looking for a shutdown inning. The Tigers looking for a response. 5-0 Ewing. James Schiavone will lead things off from DH to pitcher. His first chance of the night. Gregg's first pitch, runs in, hits Schiavone, and the leadoff man aboard. That'll bring up Anders Heaton.
I never like to say getting a batter back, but it's an underlying thing there almost in that situation.
Now batting number 10, Anders Heaton.
Runner aboard for Heaton. Greg from the stretch in the first pitch. Painted on the outer black, a called strike. I mentioned it during the open, the fastball for Greg is capable of being an effective one when he does just that with it, living down and away from the bat. The 0-1, a little too far down that time around, and the count evens. One. 2 balls and a strike. A good stop by Andres. Two one from Greg. Just missing a bit low. 3 balls and a strike. Shot on the ground towards second. Rodriguez gets a hop, flips to Magnolia for 1. Throw to first, picked out by Tirado for 2. 6-4-3 double play, 2 down. That'll bring up Eric Wheeler.
A great dig out there by Tirado down to first base, and that's a huge double play.
Sure, Ryan Gregg appreciates that pick from Tirado on the bump. 2 quick outs for the Blue Devils. After getting the leadoff base runner aboard for Princeton, that takes the wind right out of their sails. A ball and no strikes here to Wheeler. Wind up in the 1-0. Waved at and missed. Looked like a slider almost, or maybe even a sweeper from Greg, as that one just kind of tailed away. A ball and a strike to Wheeler. 2 down here in the bottom of the second. 2-1. Two-one pitch. 3 balls and a strike. That fastball just misses away. Greg's pitch on the way. That one in and out of the mitt of Andres. It's ball 4 and a 2-out base runner for Princeton to keep the inning alive. I'll bring up Matt Akey, his first chance tonight.
Number 1, Matt Akey.
Greg will go from the stretch, seeming tonight that, from the stretch at least, he seems a little bit more comfortable. Tapper, left side of the mound. Tough play for Rodriguez. He charges and runs right over it. Goes under his glove and into left field. And a 2-out base hit. Runners at first and second, as that one didn't even touch Rodriguez's glove, just went right under it.
Yeah, he slipped there in the bare edge of the grass there on the infield. The second time he slipped in the inning, and he fell on that double play as well. Was able to turn it though. Got to get used to the playing surface and the environment. Maybe it feels a little too wet still from earlier.
Chase Hammerschlag steps in. First pitch swinging his first time up, and popped up to Magnolia in shallow right field behind second base. First pitch swinging and pops this one up a little bit deeper into right. Moving out of the way and allowing Leibowitz to come make the catch was Mason Bourne in right field. Leibowitz tracks it down. Greg strands a man and keeps it at a 5-0 game. A shutdown inning for the Blue Devils. We'll head to the third here at Trenton Thunder Ballpark.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology is the place for all general dermatology needs. For acne, rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, hives, warts, and other growths. They have a friendly and courteous staff, and they can usually offer appointments within 24 hours for emergencies. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Schiavone out for another inning of work. 5-0 Ewing as we head to the third inning. For Ewing, it'll be Tirado, Rodriguez, and Bourne. 7, 8, and 9 due up for them. Tirado walked and scored his first time up. Rodriguez a sac fly. And Bourne an RBI ground out to second. So 7, 8, and 9 tonight doing their job and rolling the lineup over to start. We'll see Tirado at the dish to begin this inning. A tremendous pick out of the dirt from him. Big help in turning that double play.
I was interested to see Schiavone here taking over his first full inning of work for the Tigers. And he was a little wild coming into relief with those 2 outs. Was finally able to get out of that inning after a wild pitch score to make it 5-0. See if he settles down here.
Josh Tirado. A walk and a run score.
Number 11, Josh Tirado.
Ball and no strikes to him. Takes that one down and outside. The count evens. Swung on, sliced foul right side. A ball and 2 strikes to Tirado. One, 2 on the way. Spoiled again by Tirado as he gets a piece. Sends it into the seats. So we'll do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. The sun officially set. Down for the night. And the 1-2. Tapped. Back behind home plate and foul. Still 1-2. Flags in the outfield have calmed down a bit. The American flag in center field still kind of blowing in ever so slightly. 1-2, hung up there, and he laces it back up the middle and into center field for a hit. Tirado 1 for 1 with a walk on his line and the leadoff bat aboard for Ewing. That'll bring up Wilfrey Rodriguez. Sac fly out to center field his first time up.
Now batting number 1, Wilfrey Rodriguez.
Rodriguez at the dish. I'll move over to check on Tirado. He's back in. Fastball misses up and in. Sneaks away just a little bit, but not far enough for the runner to advance. One-0. Tirado starts and then stops. That would have been a good pitch to run on. Two balls, no strikes in the pitch. 3-0. Schiavone trying to regain some of that composure and find his control. Mason Bourne in the on-deck circle. .30 pitch. Outside for ball 4. First 2 aboard for Ewing. So that'll bring up Mason Bourne. For Ewing, the Blue Devils looking for their first win against Princeton since May 9th of last year, a 7-1 victory for them. They've already got 5 runs here in this one tonight. Looking for more, a man in scoring position in Tirado. Rodriguez on first with good speed. Bourne takes, runners start and then stop. Tirado in no man's land, slides into third and he's out. Double steal was on. And Tirado just kind of in between. And Rodriguez committing to steal second. Might have been a play where they wanted to get strong secondary leads for both guys off to see how the catcher reacted in Akey. But Tirado caught stealing for out number 1. Bourne shot up the middle. Ranging Wheeler, he can't glove it cleanly. Rodriguez coming around third. Throw to the plate, not in time. On the way to second, Bourne. Throw won't get there either. 6-0 Blue Devils. The RBI single from Mason Bourne. They're actually going to rule that one an error for now against Wheeler, and that one definitely caught the glove, so a good call on that one. The run comes across. And Rodriguez, 6-0 game. And another pitching change, it looks like, out on the mound for the Tigers. 6-0 ball game. Ewing in front, top of the third, just 1 away. And a runner on second base. At the dish, it's Joey Andrees. We'll take a quick break. Pitching change, tell you all about the new arm on the other side of this timeout. High school baseball on WBCB here from Trenton Thunder Ballpark.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org. Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 5-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Nate Nidick takes over on the mound. The lefty moves from right field to the bump. Travis Patron comes back into the game, and he will probably take over in the spot for Schiavone, I would imagine, being re-entered after he was subbed out. So Patron is in center field. Hammerschlag moves to right, and Nidick moves from right to the mound. Runner on second and 1 down, 1 across so far in the inning. That pitch taken outside, a ball and no strikes to Joey Andrees.
Nidick on the air, 4 1/3 innings, 7 runs, 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, 6.46 ERA.
1-0. 1-1. The scoreboard now has 3 hits for Ewing, and I've only got 2 in my book, so I guess they changed that to a hit for Mason Bourne and an RBI as a result. 1-1. Lifted in the air towards right field, carrying a bit but not too deep. under it to make the catch is Hammerschlag. The throw comes into third on line, just not in time. What a throw from right field from Chase Hammerschlag.
That was on one hop, too.
That was a seed. Good speed in Bourne. He was able to beat it with said speed, but that one on the money. A slower runner, that definitely gets him. Here is Jake Magnolia. Hit by a couple of pitches in this one. Run scored as well, the pitch to him here. Almost catches him, but instead gets the inside corner for a called strike. Nidick set at the belt, the 0-1. Well upstairs, count evens. Bourne on third base. If one does get past Akey, should be able to score pretty easily. He's got really good speed. We've alluded to it a number of times already. 1-1, shot on the ground and into center field for a base hit. RBI single for Magnolia. 7-0 Ewing.
And the Tigers just do not have an answer for the Blue Devils. Just, I guess, the small ball, Mike, really just getting singles, hit batters, and walks. It's really not been anything complicated they've been doing tonight through these first 3 innings.
Number 3, Sam Leibowitz.
Sam Leibowitz comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1, hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. First pitch, runs away. 5 runs put up in their half of the second. 2 more here in their half of the third. 2 down in the inning. 7-0 Ewing lead. Just what this team has needed of late, a tough 7-game losing streak entering tonight, and putting up a 7 spot on the board in the early innings gives you just the cushion you're looking for and the uplift you need mentally. 1-0 from Nidick. Swung on and fouled. A ball and a strike. One thing to consider for Ewing as well, and he's got tons of stamina, but Ryan Gregg has been sitting for quite some time for Ewing, back-to-back innings now. A 1-1 move over to first, and Magnonia's back in standing.
Yeah, you got to wonder if that does come into play. I mean, with a 7-run lead, maybe he goes, 4 innings, 5 innings or so, depending on the score and where things are at.
2 balls and a strike off speed, just missing far and outside.
If you don't have to throw him for, the 100-pitch limit, take him out and just let your bullpen do some work tonight.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Swing and a foul tip, actually. Just got a piece of that one, did Leibowitz. And the count goes even again, this time at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. A man on first. 2 across in the inning. The pitch. In the dirt, runner in motion in Magnolia, and he swipes second base with ease. Another runner in scoring position for Ewing. The count is now full. 3-2 to Leibowitz. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Leibowitz goes down looking as the Blue Devils strand a man, but they bring 2 more across. 7-0 Ewing in front. We'll head to the bottom of the third here on WBCB.
Hi, I'm Sean Spiller, President of the New Jersey Education Association. On behalf of the 200,000 educators in all of our public schools, we wish all of our student athletes the very best luck in today's competition. We would also like to recognize the students in our public schools who participate in extracurricular activities, like the school play, robotics class, or the marching band. New Jersey schools are #1 in the nation. When parents, schools, and educators work together, our students are the winners. New Jersey Education Association supports our great public schools.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers top-of-the-line medical-grade skincare products manufactured in the USA. They're tested and developed by a team of board-certified dermatology experts, and they come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to tradition.
As we move to the bottom of the third inning, 7-0 Ewing in front in this one. And the Tigers of Princeton High School looking for a response. Travis Patrone will lead things off 2-3 and 4, excuse me. Patrone, a single his first time up, but was stranded. Greg, the righty, kicks and deals. Fastball misses downstairs. One-0 from Greg. Quickly now, 2 balls and no strikes. Talked about it a little bit ago, Nick, but Greg having to sit for quite some time, consecutive innings, and typically that's the storyline when a pitcher starts to lose command. It's because that's sitting for quite some time. 2-0 from him. That one in there for a strike, just what he needed.
Yeah, he's been working pretty quickly tonight. Hasn't had too many problems with this Tigers lineup so far.
Two-one. 3 balls and a strike. That one skipped in.
But Greg, even last year, Ron Gregg was one of the top pitchers with him and Colin Elam, his former teammate.
Yep.
And they were the 1A, 1B to this pitching staff. And when Greg was on, he was on. He was pretty dialed up. I mean, when he wasn't, it was all over and erratic with his strike zone and everything. And he was walking people and hitting batters as well. So when he's on, he's focused.
3-1, big swing comes up empty from Patrone as he was well in front of that breaking ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes, payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Off speed, broken off by Greg as he gets Patrone to swing right over it. There's one down.
Now batting number 4, Nate.
Here's Nate Nidick. 1 for 1, a single as well for him back in the first. Rolled over to third. Fielded by Ordini. Shuffles and fires over to Tirado in plenty of time for the 5-3 putout. 2 up and 2 down here for Greg. Nano Sarceno comes to the dish.
Number 11.
Sarceno flew out to center field his first time up. Towards the left center field alley, Leibowitz cruising over to make that play. The first pitch missing upstairs, a ball and no strikes. Haldeman Ford proud to bring you tonight's coverage on WBCB, celebrating 50 years of business. Haldeman Ford on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. As the ball catches the outside corner and evens things at 1-1. A nice off-speed pitch from Greg. See if he dials another one up here. Goes the fastball, pulled and chopped well foul towards the tarp. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Greg looking for a 1-2-3 inning. And consecutive shutdown innings out on the mound. 7-0 Ewing, bottom of the third. A ball and 2 strikes, the pitch. Low liner into a grounder and past the diving glove of Rodriguez into left field for a knock. Two-out base runner as Nano Sarceno has his first hit of the night. And that'll bring up Will Arns, 0 for 1 with a swinging K.
Now batting number 8, Will Arns.
From the stretch, Greg kicks and deals. Good stop by Andres. That one caught a piece of the throwing hand. A long look in for the towering righty and Ryan Gregg. 1-0 rolled over towards short. Charging, Rodriguez has it, shuffles and flips across the diamond. Gloved by Tirado for the final out. A two-out base hit goes awry for the Tigers of Princeton High. As they strand another runner, Gregg works out of it. Another clean inning from him as he keeps them scoreless. 7-0 the score in favor of Ewing. We're through 3 here at Trenton Thunder Ballpark.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology is the place for all general dermatology needs for acne, rosacea, eczema, psoriasis, hives, warts, and other growths. They have a friendly and courteous staff, and they can usually offer appointments within 24 hours for emergencies. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Nidick remains in the game for the Princeton Tigers. 7-0 Ewing in front. And for Ewing, 7 runs on 4 hits. It has been an efficient outing from Ewing. A 7-0 advantage for them. Offensively, they did a really good job in that second inning, Nick. Taking free passes, even wore a couple of pitches in that inning too, and got to do whatever you got to do to get the runs across, and the Blue Devils did just that in back-to-back innings, looking to do so for a 3rd consecutive as Ryan Gregg comes to the plate to lead things off.
You might as well just kind of be patient at the plate and continue to do what you're doing. Take your pitches, work your counts, be aggressive.
Top of inning number 4, first pitch to Ryan Gregg well upstairs, and he takes that one for a ball and no strikes. One-0. Above the laces and taken for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Gregg. Walked his last time up, but believe he was stranded. Breaker runs away. 3 balls, no strikes. And this has kind of been the story tonight for Ewing, as they've worked favorable counts just about all night long. And a 4-pitch walk to start the 4th inning. 2 walks worked tonight by Gregg. Michael Gamboa Ordini comes to the plate. He's walked and he was hit by a pitch his last time up in the 3rd.
Michael Gamboa Ordini.
Actually, that was still in the same inning, I believe.
Yeah, they did bat around the 2nd.
He was the one who led things off. First pitch strike from Nidick. Good to see him get ahead here. Double play ball in effect for Princeton. Middle infield shaded that direction. 0-1. Off the hand, shot towards shallow center, and that'll drop for a hit. Gregg advances to second. Runners move station to station. First and second, nobody out for Ewing. Carlos Paredes comes to the plate. 1 for 2, a single and a run scored. Grounded out to third, 5 unassisted his last time up. I got to say, Paredes definitely has the best walk-up of the night. It's a party starter.
Ewing, one of the few CVC teams that allows them to have walk-up songs. They do that at all their Ewing home games.
Yep. Yeah, they're making that more of a thing. I mean, at Notre Dame, they've got their own Bluetooth speaker there. I guess they have a student manager who's in charge of the walk-ups. And, yeah, you're seeing walk-ups make their way into the high school game, and rightfully so. It's a cool feature of the game and a good mental aspect for players to get to hear a song before they go up to the plate. Paredes shows bunt. Beauty play, slipping and unable to field it cleanly is Sarceno. Bases are loaded. Nobody out for Ewing. Must be a real slick infield. We've seen Rodriguez lose his footing a couple of times, and now Sarceno comes crashing in on that bunt, and he loses his footing.
Well, Sarceno putting a great bunt down to get down the line at first base using his speed. And once again, the Blue Devils have them loaded last 3 innings now.
Consecutive hits recorded by the Blue Devils. The infield bunt from Paredes. Josh Tirado digs in, bases loaded, nobody out. The off-speed missing downstairs, a ball and no strikes. Tirado 1 for 1. Singled, was caught stealing back in the third. Walked and scored a run in the second. 1-0. Catches the corner. Two balls and a strike. Nidek kicks and deals. Fouled off by Tirado, a bit late on the fastball. Count moves to 2-2. Bases loaded, nobody out. A chance for Ewing to really put their foot down in this one.
Yeah, a lot of grass out there, and the outfield center fielder pulled over to his left.
Shot on the ground, back towards the middle. Wheeler flips to second, it's over his head. 1 run scores. Here comes the second in Ordini. 9-0 Blue Devils.
The Princeton miscues continue to pile up now through these first 4 innings. And they're not having a lot of errors on the field. It's just self-inflicted wounds, whether it's walk, hit batters, and now a fielding error.
Still nobody out, first and second. Rodriguez swings at that one down in the dirt. Couldn't hold up the check on that attempt. 0-1.
I talked about it earlier in that 5-run second inning. It just the bottom of the lineup tonight for the Blue Devils is really getting it done.
The 0-1. Count goes even at 1 apiece.
You're not seeing the Blue Devils hitting these extra base hits. I mentioned they don't have too many coming into the year, only 3 extra base hits as a team. Just little things they're doing right, and they're taking advantage of.
A ball and a strike the count. Rodriguez awaits in the pitch. Gets the outside corner. One, 2. Popped foul back behind home plate. Just above you, Nick Gallagher, as it scurries on down into the seating bowl.
It's just a section over, actually. It wasn't too far.
Still a ball and 2 strikes. One, 2, runs in. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Rodriguez. Still nobody out. 2-2. Shot foul and a good snag by David Angebran over there at third. Still 2-2. Two-two. And pulled foul again. Move over to check on the runner at second base. Back in diving. And another one pulled foul left side. Battle here between Neidick and Rodriguez. The 2-2. Cut on and missed. Got him to chase upstairs with the fastball. There's one down. That'll bring up Mason Bourne. RBI single for Bourne his last time up. He came around to score as well.
Now batting number 6.
2 RBI day for
Mason
Bourne. And again, this part of the lineup, Nick, we've alluded to it a number of times, but they've done a great job just turning things over and producing. First pitch to Bourne, up and outside, a ball and no strikes.
And if this part of the lineup was just able to do that on a consistent basis throughout the season for the Blue Devils, they would have a lot of different outcomes in their games. Simple things like this make a big difference. Different guys stepping up on a daily basis.
1-0 waved at by Bourne.
You mentioned in our Trentonian pregame, Sam Simpkins out for the season, and that's a big loss, and he brings a lot of balance to this Blue Devils team. And talk about who's going to step up for this team. The Blue Devils have had some guys that have been able to fill some voids in their part of the lineup, but as a whole, Blue Devils have struggled just consistency, and that's really what it's about and what it's been like for them this season. Tonight you scored 2 runs each in the last couple innings.
A 9-0 advantage for Ewing. Man in scoring position. And a move over to check on the runner at first. Tirado gets back in. It's Paredes on second, Tirado on first. 1 down, 2 across in the inning. Ball and a strike to Mason Bourne. The pitch. Well outside. Two balls, 1 strike. Lifted, shallow left field, long run, sliding, and making the catch is Patron. Great play from Travis Patron, had a long way to come from center field, and leaves it all on the line to make the grab for out number 2.
That's a big second out and a nice play by Patron out there in center field. But again, he slipped, unfortunately, out there in the outfield, shaking up a little bit. Seems to be okay, but he is in a little bit of pain there, trying to shake it off.
Joey Andrews steps in from the right side. The pitch. Outside, a ball and no strikes. Lineup flips over. 2 down, still 2 aboard. Neidick trying to work out of this jam. 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Free admission at the ballpark tonight. A great feature here at Trenton Thunder Ballpark when they do their high school series. 2-0. Line but foul. Free admission, concessions open, adult beverages served. It's a great opportunity for the community to come out and get a chance to watch some baseball on a high-quality diamond here in Mercer County and a community staple in Trenton Thunder Ballpark. 2-1. Lifted in the air to center field. Patron backpedals, now camps under it and makes the catch. A good swing put on it by Andres, but a long fly out for the final out. 2 more runs come across for Ewing, 9-0 the score. They've scored runs in 3 straight innings. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Ewing running away with this one.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
As we move to the bottom of inning number 4, the Ewing Blue Devils enjoying a 9-0 cushion as they have scored 5 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 more in their half of the 4th. Mike Warren alongside Nick Gallagher. A beautiful night here in the heart of Mercer County, the capital city here in the Garden State, and a great turnout by the community here in support of 2 great programs here in the CVC. Both teams just looking to snap a couple of losing streaks, and Ewing out on the right foot and well on their way to doing so here in this one, Nick.
Yeah, it's been all Blue Devils tonight, and again another inning. Ryan Gregg had a little bit of a layoff there, and we'll see if he can come out and continue mowing down through this Tigers lineup.
Gregg goes back out for his 4th inning of work. He's scattered 3 hits to this point, 1 error, no runs up on that scoreboard, and an outing for Ryan Gregg. I'm sure if you ask David Angebrand, has been long overdue for him. Again, he's put in a ton of work. I got to speak with David Angebrand about it, and sometimes they see the ball well out of your hands. Sometimes balls just fall in where nobody is located, and he knows that Gregg has a ton of mental fortitude and is able to really battle through and work through tough situations. But this season, he said he's been faced with a ton of adversity, and he's handled it just about as well as you could expect him to. And that's really been kind of the theme of the season and the storyline of this season for Ewing, is that a ton of adversity thrown in their face to start the year with injuries, and an injury down to arguably their most important player in Sam Simpkins, and since then just weathering the adversity and weathering the storm. James Schiavone will lead things off, and a first pitch swung on, fouled back, and into the seats. No balls and a strike to Schiavone. A lot of early swings in these counts too for Princeton, and tough not to feel that pressure when you have a 5 spot put up on you and it grows to 7 and then 9. You want to be aggressive and you want to make your presence felt for sure, but Gregg's done a good job inducing early swings tonight. 0-1 taken above the hands.
Yeah, it's really, these teams have been almost the opposite to a small extent as far as their approach tonight. Blue Devils more patient, Princeton trying to be aggressive early in the counts.
Low liner into a worm burner. Towards second, Magnolia has it and flips it over to Torado, 1 up and 1 down.
think
And
that
I'll
was
bring-
think
Go
that-
ahead, Nick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just going to say I think that was going to be a base hit actually. It hit off the glove and right to McNonia. And it probably would have split right next to him and got into the shallow outfield.
Anders Heaton.
Anders Heaton digs in. Swings and pops that one into the seats. Fouling out of play. Heaton 0 for 1, heading to a 6-4-3 double play back in the second. The 0-1 from Greg. Swing and a miss. Actually did get a piece. Foul tipped it into the mitt of Andres behind the plate. No balls, 2 strikes. Greg looking for the chair on the 0-2. Skipped in, blocked by Andres, 1-2. And with the fastball that time, maybe just a bit overthrown. A ball and 2 strikes to Heaton. 1-2. Well upstairs.
Curveball that didn't curve right out of his glove. That thankfully didn't hit him in the head.
That one stayed up just a bit. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And it will now be a full count as that one misses downstairs. 1 down, nobody aboard. Greg has his sign from Andres, the 3-2 pitch. Tapper back to the mound. Greg gloves, flips to first. In time to Tirado, 2 up and 2 down. That'll bring up Eric Wheeler.
Now batting for
Walked and was stranded on second.
Eric Wheeler.
Back in the second. Breaking ball, skips in, and a ball and no strikes to Wheeler. For Ewing after tonight, a meeting coming up with Hamilton West next week. As the conference play starts to wind down and the CVC tournament begins to paint its picture more and more clear.
These Tigers just lost to Hamilton West before tonight's game, 9-2. Yeah, next time we'll be back here probably will be CVC time.
2-0. Goes back to the backstop.
Do you know, Mike, if the tournament is here, the semifinals here, or final here usually?
The final is here.
Final's
The final
here,
will
okay.
be here at the ballpark. The semis will most likely be at Veterans Park
Oh, that's right.
in Hamilton. As it's kind of been the move of late over the last couple of years.
Yep. Always a beautiful setting there, especially
Veterans
on a night
Park
like that.
really is. I think
really
it's one of the
great.
more underrated facilities in the area. Just a great, high-quality field, too. I mean, you talk about Mercer County Park. They've got great fields. This ballpark, of course, beautiful field, but Veterans Park, a public park, great fields there, and a 2-out walk issued to Wheeler keeps the inning alive. It's the second walk worked by Wheeler tonight and the second 2-out walk that he's worked tonight. That'll bring up Matt Akey. Akey 1 for 1, a single.
Now batting number 1, Matt Akey.
Tirado holding the runner in first in Wheeler. And the first pitch from Greg runs away, a ball and no strikes. Peek over at first from Greg. 1-0 on the way. Runs away. 2 balls and no strikes, and David Angebrand just going to run right out onto the mound and try and calm some things down for Greg. A quick jump out of the dugout for Angebrand as he wants to help as quickly as he can regain the composure for Ryan Gregg. Well, Ewing Mayor Bert Steinman wishes Ewing student athletes all the best of luck this season, cheering on all the student athletes as they hit the field, court, track, you name it. Best of luck to the Blue Devils and go out and give it your all. This message brought to you by Mayor Bert Steinman, proud to sponsor tonight's game on WBCB. And can't forget, of course, Trenton Thunder Baseball returns Wednesday, June 4th, right here at Trenton Thunder Ballpark. They open up their season against the Williamsport Crosscutters at 7 o'clock. Visit TrentonThunder.com to get your opening day tickets and get your tickets all summer long, or call the box office, 609-394-3300. 2-0 now, 3-0. As Akey sitting comfortably and likely going to have the bat on his shoulder here. Three balls, no strikes to Akey. Pitch. Taken high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs in the inning issued by Gregg. Ewing, no activity in the bullpen just yet. Courtesy runner comes in to take over for Akey, the catcher, with 2 down in the inning. Charlie Baglio takes over on the base paths.
Now batting number 14, Jake Hammerstrong.
Hammerschlag at the plate, the first pitch to him, taken for a ball. It's the first pitch he's taken today. So he's flown out a couple of times. He popped out to second, flew out to right. Ahead 1-0 here against Gregg, trying to regain the composure. After a couple of quick outs, 2 walks after, and 2 balls and no strikes. 10 straight balls, I believe it is now, from Gregg.
He was just on really controlling of this game through the first 3 innings, and whether it's now the long delays are starting to get to him.
Looks like Thomas Burkhart going to head down to the bullpen with Connor Lane. 3 balls, no strikes, the count.
Big spot, 3rd time through the lineup for Ryan Gregg, and 2 outs if he can get through this unscathed.
3-0. Hammerschlag swings, drives to right, but it's caught out of the air. Mason Bourne there for the final out. A 3-0 green light for Hammerschlag as he flies out to right field. Gregg strands a pair, keeps it at a 9-0 ball game. 4 innings in the books and on to the 5th here at Trenton Thunder Ballpark.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology has a highly rated and award-winning dermatology team with over 130 years of collective clinical experience. They've been voted as the region's best dermatologist and doctor for 20 consecutive years. Over 1,500 5-star reviews from satisfied patients. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Hi, I'm Sean Spiller, President of the New Jersey Education Association. On behalf of the 200,000 educators in all of our public schools, we wish all of our student athletes the very best luck in today's competition. We would also like to recognize the students in our public schools who participate in extracurricular activities, like the school play, robotics class, or the marching band. New Jersey schools are #1 in the nation. When parents, schools, and educators work together, our students are the winners. New Jersey Education Association supports our great public schools.
Two, 3, and 4 due up for the Ewing Blue Devils as Nate Nidick heads back out for another inning of relief work. Jake Mignonia, Sam Leibowitz, and Ryan Gregg. The 3 to come to the plate. Mignonia 1 for 1, a single, a stolen base, an RBI, and a run scored. Hit by a couple of pitches tonight. Leibowitz, he's 0 for 2 with a walk, and Ryan Gregg 0 for 1 with a couple of walks and a run scored. So between the 3 of them, they've reached base 6 times.
Leading off number 2, Jake Mignonia.
Mignonia digs in from the left side, ready to begin the inning. Nidick has his sign, kicks and deals. Bunt,
Ooh.
third base side, fielded in fair ground, and a base hit off the bunt from Mignonia to begin the inning. Schiavone at third might have been able to let that one roll foul.
I mean, you're up 9-0. You're bunting on the leadoff in the top of the 5th inning here, right down the third base line. That was a beautiful play by Mignonia.
Here's Leibowitz. Takes that one in off the back foot.
Sam Leibowitz.
Mignonia definitely a threat to run on first. He stole a base earlier tonight. 1-0 catches the outer third. And the count evens at 1 apiece. Fans still hanging around for this one, and it's been a good one so far. And we creep close to 9 o'clock here tonight. 1-1. Hanging curveball that misses high. Two-one. Cut on and ripped foul off the facing of the Tigers dugout. 2-2, the count moves. Nobody out and Mignonia on first. Ewing, a 9-0 commanding lead, 9 runs on 7 hits. 2-2 from Nidick. Sliced foul towards the dugout, and that'll carry him off the top of the dugout and into the seats. Still 2-2 here to Leibowitz. Two. Spoiled again by Leibowitz. The battle will continue. Maybe we see Mignonia in motion here as he's had some time to kind of time up the lefty. And Nidick out there on the mound. Count goes full. The breaking ball runs up and outside. Three-two pitch. Hit him. I believe it's the third hit batter tonight. In the the first time it hasn't been Mignonia who's gotten hit.
Now batting for Ewing.
So Ryan Gregg comes to the plate.
Ryan Gregg.
Runners at first and second, nobody out. Mignonia on second base representing the 10th run, which here past the 4th inning would only require Ewing to get 3 more outs for the mercy rule victory. If they're able to push it across, Gregg late on that one, shoots it towards the Ewing dugout, and everybody goes scurrying down there. Can't blame him. It's a hot shot. The 0-1. Sliced foul. No balls and 2 strikes to Greg. Runners on first and second, nobody out. The 0-2 from Nidek. Runs off the plate. Good miss from him. Princeton dugout wondering where it missed, but that one was on the other batter's box line. 1-2. Shot on the ground towards second, could be 2. Wheeler to second base for 1. Throw to first, not in time, and towards the Ewing dugout. Magnolia slips. He's caught in no man's land, but now gets back to third. Runners at the corners, and 1 down. Here's Michael Gamboa Ordini.
Now batting for Ewing, number 4, Michael Gamboa Ordini.
Runners at the corners and 1 down. Double play ball still in effect here for Princeton. Ordini takes, and that one a called strike on the very outside part of the plate. Ordini, 1 for 1, a single and a run scored, 2 runs scored actually. He's walked and he was also hit by a pitch. That's who it was. So it was 4 hit by pitches tonight. 2 to Magnolia, 1 on Leibowitz's line, and 1 to Ordini. And quickly it's no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch gets away. Here comes Magnolia, and he'll score. 10-0 Ewing in front as Greg goes to second base.
There you go. If you're Ewing, you thought you were going to have a run. And Magnolia got tripped up there, but able to, I guess, get that run back and score. The Blue Devils put up 10 runs.
Good offensive outburst from them in this one. The 1-2 on the way to Ordini. That one above the laces, and the count evens at 2-2.
The only other time the Blue Devils put up 10 runs was against West Windsor Plainsboro South at the end of March, in a 14-10 slugfest.
2-2 rolled over to short. Greg on his way to third. Arns on the way to first, and that throw in plenty of time to retire Ordini. 2 down, and a runner 90 feet away for Ewing.
When you're Ewing, you got 7 or 8 games left here in the regular season, and you just try to win as many as you can to feel good at this point of yourself. And tonight is really hope something that starts something, to spark something for their club, and they can get some wins together down the stretch here of the regular season.
Here's Connor Lane hitting in place of Carlos Paredes, and likely taking over in the outfield. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Swings and misses at the first pitch fastball, 0-1. Runs scored in 4 consecutive innings for Ewing. All their offense coming in the last 4. 10-0 the score, the 0-1. Missing well high. So mentioned for Ewing, they've got Hamilton West coming up next in a matchup Monday at 4 o'clock on their home field. Popped up, shallow right field, twisting, turning, reaching, and making the catch is Eric Wheeler for out number 3. Another run comes across for Ewing. 10-0 the score, 3 outs away from a victory. Let's see if Ryan Gregg heads back out for one more inning of work. You're watching high school baseball on WVCB.
Hi, I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers top-of-the-line medical-grade skincare products manufactured in the USA. They're tested and developed by a team of board-certified dermatology experts, and they come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
There really is nothing like a home team advantage. That's why Team Toyota makes a great choice for your next vehicle purchase or service. With our MVP pricing guarantee, teammate rewards program, and streamlined customer experience, our award-winning operation ensures that you can trust our process. A home team advantage is nothing without the community. Our employees are part of our family, part of your town, and we're all part of the team. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh.
On to the bottom of the 5th inning. Ryan Gregg remains in the game and looking for the complete game shutout. 10-0 the score. As we're here in the bottom of the 5th, the mercy rule after 4 innings, 10-run mercy rule, and Ewing just needing 3 outs without allowing a run to secure the victory here tonight. Gregg's been pretty good out there on the mound. We mentioned no runs allowed. He's scattered 3 hits. He's walked just 3 here tonight. And this time around, he sees 2, 3, and 4 for Princeton.
Leading off for Princeton, number 13, Travis Petrone.
Gregg really only having one, I guess, inning of trouble with 2 base runners, but other than that, he's been very solid through these 5 innings.
Petrone shows bunt, but cannot get it down, 0-1. Petrone struck out swinging his last time up. A couple of nasty curveballs issued by Gregg in the 0-1. Tapped foul, first base side. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes in Ryan Gregg's favor. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Upstairs. One and 2. Here it comes. Skipped in, another good stop by Andres, but the count goes even at 2-2. Couple of good takes from Petrone. Gregg lifts the leg, the 2-2. Downstairs, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The leadoff bat here in the bottom of the 5th in Travis Petrone. Looking to get aboard here. Payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. A leadoff walk issued. Just what the Tigers need to start their comeback effort here tonight. Nate Nidek comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He singled. That was back in the 1st.
Now batting number 4, Nate Nidek.
Now the Bagel Nook in Princeton makes the best and craziest bagels in the world. Over 25 different varieties of insane bagels. Open Monday through Saturday 7 to 3, Sunday 7 to 2 at 301 North Harrison Street in Princeton. First pitch strike issued to Nidek. Gregg's been able to roll a double play tonight. Looking for another one right here, swinging and popping this one up. Shallow center field. It's Leibowitz camping under that one. And there to make the catch, 1 down. That'll bring up Nano Sarceno. Sarceno a single his last time up.
Nano Sarceno.
Pitch. Strike on the inside part of the plate. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes to Sarceno. 1 down and a man on first. Middle infield at double play depth. The 0-2. Liner caught at third. Ordini's throw to first. In time! 5-3 double play. Ryan Gregg goes the distance. And the Blue Devils snap their 7-game losing streak with a 10-0 victory over Princeton. Defense on display for Ewing. Ordini snares it out of the air and fires it back to Toronto for the win. 10-0 the final score. Ryan Gregg is the Italian People's Bakery Player of the Game. You can catch that interview coming up on our YouTube page following the conclusion of this one. What a win for the Ewing Blue Devils. 10-0 the final score as they improve on the season to 2-10. Tonight's game on WBCB was brought to you by Team Toyota, Kessel Dermatology, the Capital Health System, the Revere Restaurant, NJEA, McCaffrey Supermarket, the Bagel Nook of Princeton, Olives in Princeton, Hyundai of Trenton, the Italian People's Bakery, the Trenton Thunder, the Trentonian, Haldeman Ford, Ewing Mayor, Bert Steinman, all proud to bring you today's game on WBCB. A dominant victory for the Ewing Blue Devils as they take this one by a final of 10-0. For my broadcast partner, Nick Gallagher, Gus Barber produced tonight's stream. My name is Mike Warren. One final time here from Trenton Thunder Ballpark. Ewing victorious by a final score of 10-0. Until we talk to you again, we thank you so much for tuning in to high school baseball on the WBC.